Hello and welcome back to the Caspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to be talking about the vision of Caspa and what Jonathan originally saw and viewed Caspa as to be. I wanted to talk about this mainly because I think slowly our community will start to lose the vision and will be so focused on exchange listings and pumping the coin up instead of actual growth, organic growth, and increasing the understanding and knowledge of Caspa and what it really is aiming to be. To begin, we know that Bitcoin was supposed to be a peer-to-peer transactional system. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin white paper. And if you go right here, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. But sadly, Bitcoin failed to do this. And I wouldn't say sadly, actually. Instead, it's a good thing. I mean, Bitcoin was the first attempt to do this, but it did not do this. And many Bitcoiners usually tend to not accept the fact that this was the original vision and it failed. And now Bitcoin is being looked at as a store of value, which is good. So that brings Bitcoin becoming a type of digital gold. But Jonathan's vision, which started all the way back in 2012, 2013, 10 years ago, he's been building this coin, a coin that can actually tackle the trilemma, which is decentralization, security, speed, tackle all those things and be able to have all those things at the same time while being a censorship cryptocurrency, an actual currency that can be used globally. Bitcoin is becoming that store value, aka digital gold. Caspa is aiming to become the digital silver. If you did not know, Caspa is a word in Aramaic meaning silver. That's why the name is there. And I think that name is actually very, very cool. So we know that also Litecoin was another coin that was attempting to become a type of digital silver, but has the same problems. And ultimately, it wasn't even fair launched. We had the founder of Litecoin initially dump all his tokens eventually. So it wasn't really that fair of a launch. But I think it was, for the most part, but that the founder had a ton of coins and just dumped them all on the market because he just gave up on the project because it failed. Litecoin failed to do what it said it was going to do. Caspa is here to stay, and Caspa is here to actually pursue being that digital silver. So if we look back in history, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Caspa originally did not have a preset emission schedule. From my research, I've actually figured out that Caspa originally had a random emission schedule. So every time you mined a block, it was just a random reward. But there's an article here called Caspa Black Tuesday, and after running this, within 48 hours of launching, I believe supposedly the coin crashed and it just didn't work out well. So eventually Caspa got into that emission schedule, and it had a set emission schedule like Bitcoin, and it became even more like Bitcoin. The things that Jonathan failed on really helped Caspa because it became more like Bitcoin and following those exact same important fundamentals. If you head over to their website, there's a section under the About Caspa called Vision. So the vision behind this project is to build a Nakamoto-like service that operates as fast as internet speed allows. We wanted to build a system that surpasses the limits of Satoshi's V1 protocol, aka Nakamoto consensus, yet adheres to the same principles embedded in Bitcoin. Contrary to Satoshi's vision, Bitcoin did not become a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Instead, it is solidifying as the ultimate store of value, or e-gold. And that's pretty much it from the Bitcoin side, and that's true. This is not a mild achievement by any measure. It's one of the most important financial revolutions in human history, yet it leaves lots of room for improvement of layer 1 and or for choosing different trade-offs for layer 1. So, to begin, Caspa's vision is first to create the layer 1, the L1, to be secure, fast, and decentralized as it can be. After that, then we can maybe look into layer 2 and look into smart contracts. But guys, a coin does not need smart contracts to be a valid project, okay? A lot of people in the comment section will run to Caspa and be like, Caspa doesn't even have smart contracts. How can it even compete? Because a lot of people are focused on DeFi, NFTs, and just nonsense. This is cryptocurrency, and Caspa is aiming to become a currency. That's the whole, currency is in the name of crypto. A lot of these cryptocurrencies are not even aiming to be currencies. I'm sorry, but Ethereum is not going to be a global currency. I'm not going to pay $20 so that I can send $5 to you. It just doesn't work like that. Like we're trying to become an actual currency. For Caspa, we look to silver, which presented a different trade-off versus gold. In the original Aramaic text, this is where Caspa becomes the word silver in Aramaic, was historically treated as less precious than gold, but more circulative, less valuable, yet more acceptable as payment. With this prospect, we call this project Kaspa, Aramaic word for silver and money. And this is why I try to explain people when you're looking at Kaspa and you see the circulating supply and you see the max supply and you're like, oh, this is not going to compete with Bitcoin. This thing is inflating like crazy. Guys, you don't understand. This is supposed to be a silver. When you're looking at gold and silver, I believe when you're comparing the two by market cap, let's look at silver's market cap. Silver's market cap is about $1.4 trillion. Now let's go to gold market cap, 13.2 trillion. So you see here, there's about a 13x difference between the two, but the prices between the two are insanely different. So if I go to gold's price right now, $2,020 at the moment of recording this video. If we go to silver's price right now, let's see, silver price. Let's check it out here. It's currently sitting at $25, and it has $1 trillion in it, $1.4 trillion in silver, and it's literally only $25. And then you have gold that has $13 trillion in it, and it's only $2,000. Not only, but it is a lot of money. So if silver somehow happened to get gold's market cap, 13 trillion, that would be a 25x from $25. And if we check out how much that's going to be, let's do 2531 times 13. That would still only put silver at $329. You see, it's very important that the supply of Caspa actually is very high, and it's in the billions for a reason, so that if Bitcoin was ever to hit that 13 trillion, so to speak, if it was to hit 13 trillion, and let's say Caspa and Bitcoin had that 13 trillion difference, I'm going to show you guys those prices. All right, so I have right here two calculators. This side right here is Bitcoin, and this side is Caspa. Let's say, and I'm comparing them to real life gold and silver, how there's a 13x difference. And I'm just gonna say, hey, let's look at Bitcoin and Caspa and show you why the supply is so high. It makes sense because gold and silver cannot be more expensive than gold. It wouldn't make sense. So let's do this. 13 trillion market cap. You would divide that by the max supply of Bitcoin, which currently as recording is about like 19.5 million, something like that. So I'm going to put equals. That would put that Bitcoin at around $666,000. Now, if we look at Caspa being 1 trillion, this would put Caspa, we divide that by its max supply. We're gonna do the max supply because it will never get to this point without it being already fully mined, probably, in my opinion. So it's about 28 billion. It's not exact, but it's about 28 billion. We're going to see that that's going to equal about $35.70. So that's actually pretty incredible. Like that's insane. That's pretty crazy that, you know, a $1 trillion market cap would put Caspa at like $35 once we get maxed out mine. And this looks like gold and silver when we were looking over here. $25, $2,000. And in the Bitcoin and in the digital world, we're going to have those two being about the same, you know, 13x difference over here. Kind of. Not really, but kind of close. So it's pretty crazy to think about, and it helps you understand why Caspa has that very, very high market cap or max supply. So to continue on this here, let's see here. We're going to read. We postulate that instant time to inclusion, aka first confirmation in the ledger, is of a primary importance to user and developer experience and to integration with other web applications, as well as fast probabilistic finality. Caspa optimizes for minimizing the latency imposed by the consensus engine on transaction flow and user experience. Additionally, we contend that the ability of peripheral nodes that control a small fraction of the hash rate to mine blocks very frequently in a synchronous fashion is key to mitigating serious front-running and MEV threats, referring to the ability of miners and trading bots to manipulate transaction ordering and gain an unfair and occasionally undetected advantage over ordinary users. Sub-second block times enable pre-trade privacy and pre-trade stealth transactions to protect the users from such manipulations. So this is something that kind of goes over my head, but it's encouraging security for Caspa. Proving instant confirmation is not a trivial task, unless, of course, one is willing to compromise on the principles of decentralization. Here we go with the trilemma. Having faster confirmation times usually ends up having decentralization be taken away, because you could switch to like a proof of stake, you switch to different things to try to make it work, or to operate under strong assumptions on the network's topology with minimal safety margins. Caspa took the hard path of designing the system based off Satoshi's paradigm. I don't even know how to say this stuff. And first principles. There has yet to be in the blooming field of cryptocurrencies a serious attempt at following Satoshi's V1 protocol and proving and providing new capabilities based yet on the same fundamentals. While Bitcoin is becoming the internet's ultimate reserve asset, we believe there is still demand, and an urgent one at that, for an implementation of Satoshi's original vision, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So there you have it. Kaspa is trying to become the Bitcoin that was supposed to be Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin, because Bitcoin did not fulfill that peer-to-peer transactional system, and Kaspa has the opportunity to possibly be that coin. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little ramble of a little bit more on the education side of Kaspa, which is what I like to do on my channel, so that you guys understand better your investment, so that you understand that when the price is moving, guys, the vision isn't changing. As long as Kaspa's vision hasn't changed, as long as the people behind it that are working on it haven't changed and are trying to do anything sketchy, Kaspa is going to have crazy price movements, but it does not change what Kaspa's goal is to become, and that is to become the digital silver in the digital cryptocurrency space. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.